This is crazy. All right, y'all, let's get into it, man. Picture this. Picture you're a sophomore in high school. That puts you at about, I don't know, around 16 years old, right? So let's say you're getting ready to go to the homecoming dance, right? And you're all dressed up and everything like that. And at 16 years old, sophomore in high school, usually, you would have somebody chaperone you to the dance. Probably your mom, your dad, or whatnot. Mom is driving, you and your date in the back seat. And you guys pull up to the school, and everybody in the school's outside, taking pictures and all that right before the dance. And what does your mom do? She hops out the front seat, opens the back doors, and all of a sudden unbuckles you and your date out of your car seat. 16 years old in a car seat in front of the school. It sounds funny, but the great state, my great state of California, is pretty much in the process of passing a bill that'll make it for people up to the age of 16 years old has to still sit in a car seat. Man, let's get into it. Yeah, y'all, you already know. Big Daniel, Import Life Media, and bringing you an episode of what's really going on, man? What are you guys thinking? All right, so you heard what I said about sitting in a car seat until, you're halfway through your teenage years. And that you want to go hang out with your friends. Hey, mom, hey, could you give me a ride to the skate park? So, yeah, your mom drops you off at the skate park. You guys are trying to be cool, friends outside. Your mom has to take you out of the car seat from the back. Or what if your mom is like, little Timmy, I told you how to unbuckle yourself. Unbuckle yourself. You know how to do it. Unclick yourself. Okay, mom. Yeah, click. I did it. The child lock is still on. Yeah, so this is all legit and this is all real. Before we start this video and I'll show you the proof of what I'm talking about, make sure to please do it right now. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to get you started, get you in the algorithm, get me in the algorithm, and it shows you guys what I have going on every time I drop a new video. Let's get into this video right now, man. Let's see what they're talking about. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. It never stops.
This law doesn't go into effect until 2027. It will require kids pass a 5-step test before ditching the booster seat and relying solely on a seatbelt. It's based off recommendations safety experts have long pushed for. At 5 and 8 years old, my kids are both in booster seats. Under current California law, they can't transition to just using a seatbelt until they're 8 years old or 4 feet 9 inches tall. So technically, my older daughter could make the switch, but not once Assembly Bill 435 goes into effect.
When you are between 8 and 16 years old, you're going to have to meet specifications and pass the 5-step test in order to transition to out of a booster seat.
Ben Harris is the Chula Vista Fire Department's car seat safety technician. I asked him to go over those 5 steps. First, can your child sit all the way back against the seat?
Shoulders back, all the way to the back of the seat.
Can their knees bend comfortably at the edge of the seat?
You shouldn't have to hold your knees straight out or hold your legs straight out, so they should bend naturally.
Bend and touch the floor?
They don't have to touch the floor, they just need to bend appropriately.
Next, does the belt cross the shoulder between the neck and arm resting on the collarbone?
Not down here, and we don't want it up against the neck like that.
Is the lap belt as low as possible, touching the thighs?
It's not actually up against my stomach or against my abdomen at all.
Finally, can your child stay seated like this the whole trip? If a driver can't say yes to all 5 questions about their seatbelted child passenger, they could face fines of $490.
A lot of the science and a lot of the data shows that it's going to be what's best for our children, because if a child is moved out of the booster seat prematurely, risk for fatality or severe injury goes up exponentially.
Initially, the bill proposed banning teenagers 16 and under from sitting in the front seat and requiring short-stature youth to use booster seats into their middle school years. After pushback from lawmakers, the author, Democratic Assemblywoman Lori Wilson, watered it down. And even if your child does pass the 5-step test, the California Highway Patrol recommends kids under 13 sit in the back. Working for you, Shana Handy, CBS.
All right, man. First of all, who is that guy?
And what we would like to do is we're trying to get all children and
You know, you don't ever believe people that start using their hands too much when they talk because they're trying to put emphasis on what they're saying to make it believable. I think even he knows it's BS. So before, I remember that there was some rules and regulations in terms of how old and how big a kid can be to sit in the front seat. And the reason for that is, number one, if you have a newborn, or a baby, that car seat mandatory is in the back, right? And the reason why is the same reason for kids of a certain height and weight also need to be in the back, because now a lot of cars not only have a front end airbag that comes, out of pretty much above or around where the glove compartment is. So that shoots out. But they also have, side airbags and things like that. So you have an airbag shooting out the front. If there's a car seat there, that's going to catapult the kid, either up in the air or straight to it could do some damage. No different than a small child. That impact of an airbag hitting them if they were in the front seat could be catastrophic. I understand that. Okay, cool. Plain as day. But now when they're saying the seatbelt has to go right here and not here, but over here, you know what I mean? Look in your car. A lot of times there's little switches, right? Where you can adjust how high or low the seatbelt is. Like a lot of times when I get into people's vehicles, that seatbelt is dumb low from where it starts to cross. So I click it up because I'm a bigger person. But when I was, regardless of the whole 16-year-old age, when I was 12 years old, I was about 6'4". Right, yeah. Freak of nature. I know, I get it. So when I was 12 years old, I was about 12 to 13, I was about 6'4". And with that being said, it wasn't comfortable for me to sit in the back because of my legs and my knees. I needed room. So I'd always sit in the front. Outside of that, what is it that they're really trying to pass and approve? If you mess up or get caught, you can get a $490 fine. Okay, so now another thing too. If you have kids that are up to the age of 16, still has to be in a booster seat, what happens when, around 15 and a half, you can get your driver's permit? 16, you can legally get your driver's license. So you're telling me you can you can go from the booster seat to the driver's seat? At 16, you can get out the booster seat and all of a sudden right behind the steering wheel to the driver's seat. It makes no sense. What is California doing? It's almost like they're just trying to pass certain bills and laws just to make it to where you can get in trouble if you sneeze or yawn the wrong way. You know what I mean? So usually anytime they're trying to propose an idea or some type of bill, they always have some type of statistics to back it up. Drunk drivers. Okay, there is X amount of thousand of drunk drivers every year. From those, X amount results in death or injury. There's numbers to back it. So what numbers was backing up this idea that a certain age or weight for people in the back seat are getting injured and is going to help cater and promote their safety? Another thing is this. If you're in a booster seat, right? And let's say the vehicle gets hit from the sides. Let's say you get T-boned. Naturally, if a vehicle hits you from this side, your body goes this way, but your head slingshots. Your head slingshots. So therefore, if you're higher, your head can possibly smash through the window, right? That makes sense. But possibly if you were lower, where the door panel is, depending on the type of vehicle you have, there could be side impact airbags, which can save your life. But not if you're sitting above that. I don't know. I just leave in the comment section if I'm not thinking clearly or if I'm missing something on how this makes sense, or leave in the comment section on how this doesn't make sense, because this is tripping me out. I'm at like a loss for words. This is funny. And that guy that was talking to the fire department, I guarantee his partners are just in the firehouse laughing. Firemen do an amazing job with saving lives, health and safety, and being there on the spot. You know, it's crazy because like a lot of police officers and stuff like that, yeah, they get a bad rap, you know, I mean, for some of the stuff that they do, their conduct and everything like that. I get it. Nobody ever has anything negative to say about the firemen. What is this about? Like, truthfully, I don't know, man. And like I said, this is supposed to pass January 1st of 2027. So it's still got a little bit of time, but like, what's next? What's going to be next? You know, I mean, this just passed. People with hair length between 8 inches and 10 inches have to ride in the trunk. So if that's your hair, you got to ride in the trunk, you know, and we found out that people with longer hair and extremely short hair are high risk. It's stupid. It's stupid. Like I said, if I'm tripping, hey, I'm down. Teach me something. If I'm missing something, let me know what it is. But this just seems like something pointless that they're just doing just as a potential money grab. This is stupid. This is stupid. There's nothing I have to worry about, but it's just something else going on. What if they have checkpoints? What if they have checkpoints where, you know, you're not even having to show your driver's license anymore? They're just, ma'am, roll down your back window. And it's little Timmy and Rebecca. Hi. You know, how old are you? 15 and a half. Oh, no booster seat. Ma'am, go to secondary so we can do an inspection and write you a couple tickets. What's really happening, man? But anyway, Big Daniel, Import Life Media. I hope you kind of got a kick out of this episode, or maybe even a little frustrated over what is this about. If you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Import Life Media. Man, hey, stay good, stay blessed. You know what I mean? Avoid, I almost said avoid California, but just avoid just getting caught up in all the dumb stuff that's happening, man. And more than anything, get those cars built. All right, y'all. Peace.